What's going on, Legionnaires, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. And of course, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that sub button and hit that notification bell so you can become part of the Legion and enjoy all of this wholesome freaking content. Now, with this video, we're going to be jumping into Infinite Frontier Suicide Squad issue number 1. Now, this will be the last issue of the new comics we cover this week. We do have a bunch of backlog stuff that we are going to be covering, some Marvel stuff, including some DC stuff like Strange Adventures and so on and so forth. But this is the last of the Infinite Frontier that they've released for this week. And if you haven't been keeping up with Infinite Frontier, everything going on with it, with Future State, with Dark Knight's Death Metal, don't worry. I have all of this stuff for you guys. Check out the playlist in my description and at the top of this video. Be sure to click that link and it'll get you completely caught up on every single issue that has come out. And with that being said, let's dive into this issue. Alright, so this one picks us up with going through a few of the different iterations of Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad. You know, this team has always been a simple mission statement. A team of incarcerated supervillains sent out on Black Ops missions in exchange for reduced prison sentences. Bombs in their necks to make sure everything goes to play. That is what the Suicide Squad is, and always has been. But Flag is telling Waller that this new plan is madness. Even for her. Because this is Task Force Z, a rival Justice League. And it has to do with multiversal kidnapping, which is a lot of what we saw in Suicide Squad Future State. We kind of saw the ending to all of this playing out, but this is us seeing how it was all introduced. And Amanda Waller really, she just says she's tired. She's tired of building squads only to watch them fall apart. Tired of training them only to have them die before they reach their full potential. But most of all, she's tired of losing. And Flag tells her that's what this team was built on. Built on losers. What did you expect? Winning was never the mission. The mission was to end things when they got out of control. And Flag tells her, like, I'm not gonna let you do this. And she turns and says, let me? Like, what are you talking about? It's already in play. This has already begun. And this is when we pick up at Arkham Asylum. And we have guards patrolling through the perimeter only to be taken out by the one and only Peacemaker. And he's accompanied by Bolt, Film Freak, and Shriek. And this is where we pick back up with Amanda Waller. And this is where she's getting news from Peacemaker that the package has been compromised. And Flag realizes that this is Peacemaker and says, you know, I know you love orders almost as much as you love the chain of command. Well, this is Colonel Flag, and I'm ordering you to stand down. But as soon as those words come out of his mouth, he is electrocuted by Waller. And Peacemaker didn't make out what he had said. And she just tells him that the package is not compromised. He just doesn't know who he is. Get him out of there before he remembers. And this is when the panel cuts over to the one and only Talon. William Cobb, or at least what's left of him. And this is when Bolt goes in and puts his hand on his shoulder and said, you know, we're gonna get you out of here. And Talon comes up and slices him right in the neck with some prison shanks that he made out of toothbrushes. And then we see Flag chained up by Amanda Waller, and he's just like, you're insane. And she says no. For the first time ever, I'm actually seeing clearly. And then we see Talon, Peacemaker, and everybody else going at it. And really, Talon is just tearing these guys up. It is really not a match. We're seeing toothbrushes just get jammed into everybody. But this is when we see a gas headed their way. And it's Joker gas. And we saw this in Infinite Frontier. And Batman was on his way here. And Mahoney had ended up becoming an amputee, saving people getting out of here. And as all of this is going on, Film Freak gets thrown into the gas. And now it's really just a mad dash to try to get out of Arkham alive. Or without being taken over by the Joker gas. And then we see Amanda Waller leaving Flag's little cell and telling him that, like everyone else on Task Force X, is that he is replaceable. And he has someone else who can lead the team. And that's when she goes into another cell and sees the one and only Superboy, Connor Kent, chained up and kryptonite shackles. And then we cut over to Peacemaker, and he's really giving it to Talon the best he can, and we see Shriek left behind into the gas, and the door closing behind them. Peacemaker telling Talon, welcome to the Suicide Squad. Now let's get to work. As an army of guards make their way up the stairs. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, we saw a lot of this in Future State. We know how the story is going to play out, so I don't know if that necessarily ruins it for me or not. I really have been enjoying the stories so far that they've been telling us, but it is very confusing on why they would give away all of our endings and then tell us exactly what happened. But we're definitely going to see this with the House of L. We're going to see this with, Suicide Squad as we're covering it here, and a few others as well. So I'm kind of excited to see how it all began. We're going to see the beginning of the Magistrate. So Infinite Frontier is just going to be showing us how everything could eventually end up in Future State and how Wonder Woman may change that outcome. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to see if these guys end up being able to take over the other Earth like they did in Future State, or if their plans go awry because of something that Diana Prince is doing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and until the next issue.